I'll say other than that, you the observer, bitch. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Shit. So when we start to talk about other spirits and spaces that want to come in forms and not yet in forms and shit like that and came from other forms, here's what we start to talk about if your monkey ass surrounded by angelic ass spirits or demonic ass spirits. Now let's get into the goddamn live stream. So, when we start to talk about a motherfucker spirit, right? Here's the thing. They can't talk to you. They can't. So if you is talking about, oh, someone told me this, God told me this, God told me that, that's the devil. That ain't nothing but your own emotions and feelings about shit, and you trying to use Adam, your own logic and masculine energy to justify Eve, your own flunked out ass emotions and feelings about something. And you might go to an extreme energy when you try to convince somebody else that energy. And you might even use all other energies in the world that got more power than you as a face, as an intellectual property for you to put your old monkey ass ritual behind it, your old monkey ass cursive spirit behind it. AKA, if somebody don't believe your own chakra, your own Jesus, here you go get ready to say, Jesus told me, God told me, or Allah told me to tell you this, that, and the third. Get your lost demonic using ass other motherfucking energies that you don't own the intellectual property as the fuck away from me. Use a fucking demon on the highest level. Using words and logic to try to make somebody see things in your way and come like a love bomb. It's in reverse psychology, right? So it ain't in war spirits. It's real subtle. It's not like the snake. It's as light as the dove. So it's going to come to you gentle, aka come to you where you don't have to resist it. Because anytime you come in any kind of way, even if you're making sense, a spirit going to jump into resistant energy. But when you come and convey it in a way that another spirit kind of understand it, or another spirit kind of can relay it, aka pander, aka, oh yeah, that relationship ain't that harsh, you just should do this. Oh, that drug ain't that harsh, you should just look at it like that. That's somebody coming in your way to rock you to sleep in some way, shape, or form, right? So for the most part, here's the thing. When we start to talk about all kind of motherfucking spirits that's in this goddamn shit based upon your own spirit, you might be talking to your own chakras and demonic energy that you done created for your goddamn self. Once you start talking about, I got voices, God told me this, God told me that, and this motherfucker shit. No, that's you trying to convince yourself. And you trying to convince others in some way, shape, or form of your own. You trying to be the God and devil of the fucking world that you surrounded in. But you ain't gonna be able to change the world around you until you change your fucking self. So when you jump into a fucking mission, try to change everything around you without changing your fucking self, only thing you gonna do is have the environment around you change you in some way. That's it. And that's when you become a demon. And then when these fucking energies no longer need your services, here you go throwing a fucking fit in some way, shape, or form. Oh, and then here you go about to start saying things like this in the third dimension. I did this for y'all. Nobody told you to take your weak ass spirit through that Jesus Christ ass fucking energy and sacrifice yourself for nobody. Especially if it wasn't some shit that you love doing yourself. That should have never came out your mouth. I did this for y'all. I did this for that. Listen, you ain't did shit for yourself, and what you was doing for yourself wasn't for the benefit of the all. So it wasn't something that you could just be yourself and it'd be for the all by default. It was something that you separated yourself from, did it for what you thought other people needed you for. Then when they ain't needed no more, you went back to yourself and what you truly wanted to do, realized that was left vacant, and now your ass is depressed because you ain't got no space to be in. You're in a spiritual flux. Now you're in a spiritual flux. Because you was getting led by fucking demons. Now you about to have a whole bunch of deja vu days. Now you about to have a whole bunch of flunked out days not knowing what the fuck you're supposed to do. You about to have a whole bunch of days now you got to fight fire with fire. Just to get out of the situations that you manifested for yourself, because you ain't got no choice. So you got to play in a demon. You got to play in a demonic world because you have a lot of demon to bring you down with them, and the only way out is to fight with them at the moment because for the most part you're too rooted in there. Too many experiences developed. Too many shared experiences. You just can't be in and just jump out without that unfinished business being taken care of in some way, shape, or form. Your ass getting ready to have blood on your hands. Woo, shit. Oh, it's outside. This bees always want to come and learn. He's trying to find his way in. Real hard. Real hard. He's trying to find his way in real hard. Real hard. Y'all should have seen he was on the edge of the window real quick. Like, he was on the edge. He was like, they trying to find his way in real hard, real good. Real good. Leave me alone, G. Take your ass somewhere. Take your ass somewhere. Y'all see him? I don't know why I look so far away from the phone perspective, but it's just close as hell. He trying to he ain't playing. He was like, right, look, he about to come right where he was at before. Watch. He ain't playing. This dude trying to come in hard. Like, go somewhere, dude. Fuck you, dude. Oh, shit. That motherfucker trying to come in. That motherfucker ain't playing. I'm trying to hear that knowledge, man. Roll the window down. I can't hear it. I'm trying to hear the knowledge. It's all about the knowledge. Real shit. Well, everybody, man. Real shit. I'll tell you no lie. Bugs and all. But like I said, yeah, get your Jew ass, B ass, Candyman ass out of here. Jews always trying to throw spells at me in the middle of me talking. Shit. But Jay, you know what I'm saying? This is how you break down and determine what kind of spirits you got around you. Shout out to Star La La La. I didn't even know you was in here. I'm seeing the senior rays. Shout out to you. Shout out to the senior rays. Also, Saint Cal Starboy. Akir. That remind me of a Street Fighter name or a Tekken name. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Yakapushin. He's just trying to get the knowledge. He or she, they was trying to get in this motherfucking thing. For real. I'm like, hold on, chill. Like, I don't know. Our shapes and forms we in as spirits at the moment ain't on agreeable terms. You know what I'm saying? We might got to find another way to connect. You know what I'm saying? You in a bee body at the moment. I'm in a human body at the moment. We kind of ain't on agreeable terms at the moment. Like, you got one of those bodies that I got way in my immune system that I've been in. I've been separated from those desires. I don't get down like that no more. Get your ass out of here. I don't sting people no more. I don't sting myself no more. I don't die after I lose my stinger thinking I could try to get over on somebody else, and then I'm the one who ended up in jail, or I'm the one who ended up under somebody's SUV or something like that. I don't do that in my life no more. I've been through so many other animals and other bugs. I mean, I'm far away from the bee life. I fuck with you though. I fuck with you though. We can connect though, but I'm far away from that life now. I no longer lose my life from stinging the people no more. You know what I'm saying? I no longer take the blame for shit that I shouldn't attach myself to other people about for. I don't do that no more. I did that eons ago. But you can learn too, Speed B. You can learn too. You're going to be a human next time. You better believe it. You better believe it. Thank you so much for the donation, David Banks. They can't stop the soldier. No, they can't stop. We got bugs, animals, everybody. They can't stop shit. Real shit. You better believe it. You might be an individual right now, your house clean as hell, but you can't stop flies from coming in and shit like that. There's always a fly nag you or shit. It's like, look at your life. Yeah, you creating some chakras in the esoteric world that look real familiar. Like, you ain't stopped being a fly, so you're going to attract a lot of flies. Yeah, all that gossip, that nosy. Yeah, if a fly on the wall, if the jail hallway can talk, 9 times out of 10, it'll come in the form of a fly on the wall. So I'm telling you right now, you got fly. Your house could be clean as ever. Motherfuckers always seeing flies and shit like, yeah, you one nosy ass motherfucker. That's all we need. As a spiritual person, that's all I need to know. I come into your house, I don't care how spiritual you is, how much sage you like. Soon as I start seeing too many, even if they look like they about to die or something like that, oh, yep, this a nosy motherfucker. This a gossipy ass motherfucker. Yeah, okay, let me keep my mouth shut. Let me not say too much around this motherfucker. Cause this motherfucker, the spirit tribe, the flock together. And they got a lot of flies. I don't care how clean their house is. Real shit, you better believe it. You better believe it. These energies don't pop up for no reason. This whole world is spiritual. It get physical after the fact. We already in that vortex as a spirit. This why you can go somewhere and like leave like some junk or some fruity shit on the ground or some shit like that, right? and really sit there and pay attention, right? Sometimes you think we be attracting little bugs and shit like that, but that's not the case. We actually create that shit. Have a dirty mentality, right? Then just go put this to the test. Go in the woods or whatever. But make sure you're on a clear ground. Have a whole bunch of dirty thoughts, right? Leave something dirty on the ground. Give it a few hours or whatever like that, right? And come back to it. It'll be you created a new species. You created a new kind of fly, a new kind of parasite. And you gonna be like, man, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Real shit. We create this shit. We create the gold in the world. We create the sand, the dust in the world. We create, when I say we create everything, teamwork makes the dream work, that's what it is. Period. Period. Or you wouldn't have the bullshit that you have in your life, or the good shit. We create everything. Everything. So the more you learn about yourself, the more you will learn about the world. And how new species get here, why we always discover new bugs, new animals, why we always discover new water flows, new seas, new rivers. Yeah, we always float down to new emotions and feelings. Yeah, we always float down to new thought forms. Hey, yeah, that shit got to get manifested. And spirits that want to come here, that resonate with that energy, jump into that form and give it more life. AKA that form now has a spirit in it to move it around. Now we got new species out here. So we done created some demonic, devilish energy based upon our dirty thoughts and our desires. Created a form. Spirits jump into that shit and got a life to live now. Parasites, bacteria, your sperm, egg cell, however you want to break it down. The spirit is not actually these things. That's like saying you these things. So when you kill a thought, your spirit's supposed to die. You're supposed to die then. Know what I'm saying? That don't make no fucking sense. If your spirit is the egg cell or this, that, or sperm or whatever like that, that's dead blood cell. Then how come you just not dead then after you die? You shouldn't believe in dreams, nothing. Shouldn't believe in none of that shit. If your spirit is what this became to be after going into the womb and getting shot out of the dick, and if this is what your spirit's supposed to be, you shouldn't believe in no afterlife. You shouldn't believe in nothing. Because once this go into the ground, how we physically see in life, it makes sense if you think that way, that you ain't living no afterlife. If your sperm that became this is your spirit, that's dumb as fuck. Your spirit ain't your thoughts, ain't the waters, ain't the air, ain't the breath, ain't none of this shit. All of these things are the creation. Keep that in mind. And your mind make these things, make everything condense. And you made your mind as a spirit. So if you ain't making up your mind, who's making up your mind for you down here? And that's how y'all get lost. Y'all believe y'all the fucking mind too fucking much. And here's the motherfucking thing too. When we start to talk about spirits, they can't convey language to you. They can't convey words to you. They can't convey motherfucking actions to you. So this is how you understand that there's spiritual entities out here that don't have to use a brain for their level of awareness. This lets you know that everything ain't derived from brains. Now, this ain't where I derived that from, because the atheist will be listening to me and be like, I don't even believe in the first pretense he said. For me to even believe that there's another being out here that's aware without a brain. So I didn't come up with that pretense on that concept, but I came up with the pretense of everything ain't derived from the brain based upon me knowing about myself. I be extra aware, and sometimes I'm not aware of my brain, and I didn't have to think or use the brain for that level of awareness. This you could reach spaces like this when you get into fear, or when you start to experience something that's unfamiliar. You ain't got no time to think. When you start to think and shit like that, that's when you're trying to analyze the circumstance. Sometimes you do shit off instinct. That's a different brain. That's a different organ. That's a different awareness and shit like that. And a lot of times you do shit on such a subconscious level, a baby ain't got to think to put they fucking mouth on their fucking mother's nipple. It was by nature. So for the most part, there's natures out here that don't got nothing to do with the thinking in the brain. Otherwise, there would be no such thing as scientists discovering that the heart was created first. Bitch. The brain was made after. Heart was created first in the womb, motherfucker. Learn at life. Learn existence first. Then you will be able to put everything together. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you looking at your body. Look, now we got an ant. Look. What is going on? Hold on, you trying to run to the side. He ran to the side. Look. They own it. I don't even know if y'all see they own it. All kind of. Oh, I don't ever see no fucking ant crawling on my damn windshield. Why today? I could be in anybody else's car, my car, smoking, sitting all day. That's rare as hell. An ant gonna be crawling on your windshield. Don't they got the ground to be on? Don't they got somebody's fence to be on or some shit like that? How the fuck is it way on my damn SUV goddamn windowsill, right where the bee was at? Come on now. An ant. Come on now. Real shit. I fucks with y'all. I fucks with all the animals in the bugs in the goddamn soul group. You better believe it. You better. I fucks with all y'all. I fucks with all y'all. I know how to communicate. All the animals, all the bugs. They all got different ways of communicating. You got to jump into their way. You can't be talking to them like I got mad videos about this. So don't think that I'm piggybacking and talking shit right now. No, I got mad videos about this. Each animal, right, has a different law of how their language is conveyed. So if you can't just be going around talking about come here, kitty, or the animals, they're like the highest vibration, get ready to become pet. If they could be a pet, they could be a human. Somebody said it was blurry. I ain't let it stay still enough for it to focus in. My bad. But for the most part, you have to put yourself on a level of their awareness. So you know that they're not aware as much as you are aware of. So a lot of times this is why y'all can't interact with animals and bugs, because you will start to become aware of them. So you're putting out all these chakras and all these lights. And that's what animals and bugs see. They see motherfucking they see the natures. That's why if you're giving off a certain energy, you don't know that you're giving it off. But if you in fear, a pit bull will bite your ass. But if you calm, cool, and collected, like and shit like that, it won't bite you. And both of y'all probably standing right next to a person that's giving off weird energy. So the pit will bite them first, because it see the chakras. And where the mind go, the body go. So your body start to act jittery in a way that your mind state is in. And your mind state might be in a state of fear or some shit like that. So that's what animals and bugs see. So when you a spirit in a human body, your chakras be big as hell. Your vibrations and frequencies be big as hell as an energy vortex. So when you be like, start to pay attention to a bird, pay attention, automatically your paying attention it outweigh their awareness sometimes. So sometimes they'll fly away from you just by you paying attention to them, or by you even trying to talk in your human language. They're like get away from you or some shit like that, or give you a weirdo energy and shit like that. You got to calm your awareness down and bring yourself down to their levels of awarenesses of chakras. Then jump into that as a spirit. Then once you got that kind of mind, you will start to understand how they're seeing air move and how they're seeing their laws of their language. And then therefore you will start to be able to incorporate whatever that you're receiving from them. And then now you're at an even chakra. You at an even mind. You brought your mind to their level of vibration in this dimension. And then now y'all can understand each other. And then you will be able to start to understand that, especially when it comes to birds, it's easier for birds because they got beaks. So you'll be able to understand that each means something. And each, whether it's low or high or mid-range, all of that is how they're building their communication. So once you start to understand and start to see their body language, you can start to convey. And a lot of times, it don't even have to take a lot of words. It take a mentality. And that mentality is like, it'll make you feel like you're grabbing onto the bird. And if you put your hand out, the bird might come fly on your fucking wrist in some way, shape, or form. Like, it's deep. You got to get there, though. It's communication, sometimes, like all the time. It's psychedelic first. It's psychology first before verbal. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way it's with that with bugs and animals. The only way I can explain this for y'all can understand on y'all human level is you ever been in a group of, amongst other people, right? And yeah, you a talkative person, but you have to feel comfortable before what you are talking about to everybody you around, right? That feeling is the psychedelic I'm talking about, where two humans are communicating psychically first, and then it start to play out in the third dimension as comfortability zones or certain frequency vibration directional paths. And then once you take that path, it help you articulate a word and a structure and a sentence that'll be able to be relatable to that person you had that psychedelic communication with first. And then when you express it third dimensional wise, that confirms it if that was right, if y'all was right or not, if y'all actually connect or not, if y'all actually, you know what I'm saying? That's what you actually doing once you communicate and start to convey ideas with another individual or a group of individuals. Y'all basically trying to confirm if what y'all was doing in the esoteric world, connective that way, was connecting right. Like you like, oh, I feel like I can get along with this person. I like this person. Boom, you start to communicate. Now when you're communicating, that's the third dimensional representation of trying to confirm if what was going on up here, I hate to use up here, out there, was actually right or not. And that's what we do. We all communicate psychically first, and then it breaks down. Sometimes we can communicate psychically with another spirit, and we be fighting. But that might not be the case in the third dimension. So you might be like, hold on, let me see if that's what's actually the case. So you go through that direction, formulate that portal, and construct and communicate, whether with body language or verbally, to see if that's actually the case. And depending on the conversation that y'all had, it's going to either lead in two ways. Whether you felt like you was wrong and like, nah, I really fuck with this person. It wasn't like that. Or I was thinking wrong. Keyword, your spaceship was flying in the wrong direction. Or y'all confirm y'all was right. Yeah, after this conversation, yeah, that was right. That is, I don't really like this person. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's all we doing. So you have to do that on a larger percentage scale when you're communicating with bugs and animals. See what I'm saying? You have to do that portion on a larger percentage scale. You know, coming to an animal or a bug ain't always human communication. So your awareness is way bigger than theirs. So, you know, you have to bring yourself down a little bit onto they spectrum and communicate psychically on them. If they even going to open up to be like, yeah, this is an animal or a bug that allow me to communicate with them or not. So I'm saying, otherwise, you just talking stupid. Talk about, yeah, I'm talking to the animals and shit like that, but you using English. Y'all got to be careful, because this is how y'all be getting with these movies that they built y'all mind on. So every time y'all think about religion or aliens and shit like that, for some reason, it know the English language. Hold on. Listen, wait a minute. I see Independence Day. I see Masonic Day. That's all these movies is. I seen all these Walt Disney movies. I seen all these Walt Mason movies. That's all it is. Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye the Mason Man. That's all it is. So you not gonna sit here and rock me to sleep. I'm intelligent enough to know that our minds are built. So before we even get to, yeah, God coming back, Jesus coming back, or aliens coming back, or the Anunnaki coming back, hold on. I'm going to have to argue with you with, why the fuck is your starting point is they already know the English language? Hold on. I'm from America. If I went to China right now, I don't even know the China language. You mean to tell me something from a whole nother galaxy know the English language? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Lord, have mercy on my goddamn soul. Jesus. Jesus. Lord. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on my soul. So if Bobby Hemmett told y'all dumbass brains. So when they say Hebrew is Greek, even when we get down when they say Brahma, you might as well say fucking Brahma is Greek. Or else who you talking about then? Because Brahma wasn't calling themselves Brahma. And whoever was worshiping Brahma wasn't calling it Brahma. You done got into the English language and then their representation of what they thought they was talking about with their language, B-R-A, M-A, and all that shit. And then in your mind, they gave you the tool to construct the idea of Brahma. But the idea of Brahma itself is some whole different shit. Ah! 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 Lord Jesus Christ. You got to think. You got to think. All I'm saying. Ain't no understanding what no fucking English language is. God ain't told you shit. How God come tell you something through the English language? That's who y'all God is, right there. Whoever created the English language. As soon as you come talking to me, talking about, oh, God came and told me, and you speaking in English, that's your God. They did a number on your mind. God told you to say that. You dumb. So ain't nothing from no other galaxy, no other country automatically know the English language and told your ass what to do. That's a figment of your own imagination. So keep that in mind. Get this Mason ass shit off your minds. Wrong starting points all over the place. Wrong starting points all over the place. Real shit. But other than that, this motherfucker shit, like I say it, you know what I'm saying? Spirits can't convey messages and words to you. If something talking to you, telling you what to do, that's a fucking demon. And I'm Archangel Uriel. I'm wise enough to know, because I'm already levels ahead of this world. So I'm already wise enough to know that the very charitable mind will be thinking that the demon is outside of them. No, the demon is a representation of anytime you try to justify an emotion. So when you get lost into an emotion, your emotional faces are demons because they're below. They're in the waters. So it drags your spirit down into a wave of feelings and current events to make you react and respond. That's the demonic world. Angelic world is evaporation. When you separate from those waters and it become less dense water to play differently in a different atmosphere, aka fire. So you're able to burn through that and evaporate and ascend in a higher kind of mind, a cloud kind of mind, a fire kind of mind, which is a higher version of water playing out differently in a different atmosphere. Don't get lost into what they call in water down here as, this is why y'all get lost in atoms and shit. Everything's the stars, different shapes and forms and awarenesses levels of stars. And stars are water. So and it play out differently in different atmospheres, different meanings, different virtues, principles. So for the most part, the angelic energy is what separates you and get you out of your feelings and make you think more clearly, evaporate from that without you having water goggles on, and make you think more clearly, aka evaporate it and see things from a higher perspective, aka the cloud before it condenses and come back down. I got the blues before you become depressed again. But life is a water cycle. Life is a roller coaster. Life like a movie. Doom, doom, ow. Life like a movie. Doom, doom, ow. Free Max McVeigh. But like I said, shout out to Jim Jones. But at the same time, that's how that motherfucker shit go. You know what I'm saying? So when we start to come out in that motherfucker shit, your spirit in these things play out angelic energies when you know how to evaporate from heavy waters, and you play out demonic energies when you get washed up under the current, under all these heavy waters and all these heavy reactions and responses from the motherfucker world that you have got lost in to conceal that fire to make it turn into water. So for the most part, your future and present is what you get lost. Your future and past is what you get lost in as a spirit if you don't know how to utilize your left brain energies, air and earth. Logically think about the particle out of the wave so you can understand the separation in between them and understand the earth that get materialized out of it, aka make sense out of things, practicalize it. And then for the most part, you're able to get out of your lower right brain energies and get into your left brain higher energies to be able to observe circumstances that's more attached to angelic energies. Now, here's the thing. So when we start to talk about spirits can't convey messages and talk to you, there's spirits all around you. Otherwise, there would be no such thing as spirits once a time being in a body and no longer in one. Your spiritual predecessors, I hate to use ancestors, and there would be no such thing as a person being right next to you or animals and bugs. If it's moving, it got a spirit in it. So motherfucker, you're not here alone when we start to talk about teamwork makes the dream work, when we all created this thing to express our individuality aloneness inside of. Because we were sick of being lonely. So now we are aware that we're not alone. There's always going to be space within space. Even to the point you're talking to your own fucking demons with spirits inside of them. You create a life for them, a chakra. And now a spirit get attracted to it. Now you got an entity living inside of you, one of your deities. And if you don't know how to bound it for 1,000 years, it'll show its ass off. And won't nobody know what that is but through you. So you will be the face of that characteristic, of that persona. Motherfuckers looking at you like a demon. This is real life. This is how you have to look at it. Otherwise, you're going to be lost in the sauce and be a representation of something saying you ain't, but you practice witchcraft on yourself. Just by being lost in the world in Magic Square and trying to rock yourself to sleep, being comfortable around other people who still got mentalities on their head of the shadow government and robots and shit like that. Sometimes you can harm your spirit just being around motherfuckers like that too much. It's okay to love them, but you can love somebody better from a distance. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. You gotta protect your spirit sometimes. Sometimes you gotta protect your fucking spirit until these motherfuckers come around in a sufficient space and your spirit feel comfortable enough to be around these motherfuckers for large periods of times. Other than that, keep it short, keep it cute. That's it. Your time is precious in this world. But when we come into this motherfucker aspect, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Oasis the Healing in this motherfucker. So getting into this motherfucker energy, you gotta be careful. So this is how you start to dissect what kind of spirits you have around you on a percentage level, because you always going to have a lot of both. A lot of ones that still lost in demonic energies and a lot of ones that still lost in motherfuckers angelic energies. And here's the thing, don't go to no extreme. You have to learn equilibrium till you just become a spiritual badass motherfucker. Can't nobody fuck with you. No angel or demon. And when you choose to be an angel, that's when it's time for it. And when it's time to fight fire with fire and be a demon, it's time for it. But can't nobody call you an angel or call you a demon, because as a spirit, you just a powerful spirit and you use these things at will, aka use these things like a bitch, because you know that these things are just titles, and sometimes you have to utilize these things to get out of certain frequency vibrations when these titles is constructed into these things. These mind states is constructed in these things. So sometimes as a spirit, you got to play your part. And the better you know how to equalize and transmute those energies, the better you are powerful as a spirit, and can't nobody attach nothing to you, because you just one of a kind. And now you're getting ready to create some type of seed where you can actually be one of a kind in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, which is way better than down here, but it could be way worse than down here also if you don't know how to take care of yourself. So you automatically come back down here anyway. You know what I'm saying? But that's another fucking video. So like I said, here's the thing. Since they can't communicate and do all this stupid shit, right? They convey through deities. So they come through one of your faces that look like something that they can agree with, because you might have a face inside of you that you're not paying attention to, a chakra that you're not paying attention to because you're too busy at another chakra or paying attention to another side of yourself because you're trying to see an outcome throughout the world through that lens. And let's say that every now and then your spirit slightly pay attention to it, but at such a small percentage level, it's on a subconscious level, right? A spirit to be able to see that and be like, if I give that energy a little bit more life, they might automatically pay attention to that face, and that face could get them further than whatever face that they're paying attention to or chakra that they're paying attention to at the moment. Thank you so much for the donation, Kai. One of a kind, you better believe it. You better one of a kind and one of a Kai. I like the way you said that. We all supreme Kais. So for the most part, a spirit to jump into that form and give it more life, give it more of its thoughts and feelings that manifest into energy. And then hopefully that light shine bright enough for you as a spirit to pay attention to those thoughts and feelings and then agree with that spirit. So that spirit could come in and be life or create a circumstance or situation or be born through you. But those ideas and feelings will lead you into paying attention to what's better for you than whatever that you have been paying attention to. And a lot of times that's when you know you're surrounded by an angelic spirit, a spirit that's trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? And you might be lost into the demonic world, but you just needed that little sense there. And then come into a little thought and form or face inside of you. Now, when it gets into external, right, they have to play through deities, aka sounds, music, shit you hear on the TV, your phone, your tablet, shit you read, shit you receive into your mind, newspaper, books, and shit like that, right? So it might be books and shit that you always got around you or shit that you don't normally have around you, but for some reason you paid attention to that. So that's a reason. It's a reason you focused on that and started to develop on your mind of that image. So it was a spirit in that shape and form, giving it life, like, look, pay attention to this. So it was shining like a color, and then when you paid attention to it as a spirit, it became into your 6th dimensional energy, awareness. Now you start to give it your 4th and 5th dimensional energy, your ability to think and feel about what you're paying attention to. And now you give it your 7th dimensional energy. see yourself in that or see yourself out of it. When you see yourself in it, it can become demonic or it can be prosperous for you. Or you can see yourself out of it. It can become angelic or you can pass up opportunities. But either way, you got to learn the equilibrium in anything. But that's 7-dimensional energy. You know what I'm saying? When you jump into that bubble. But when you start to pay attention to something, that lets you know there's an entity inside that deity and it's trying to show you something. Otherwise, you wouldn't have cared about that number. It would have came in one eyeball and not the other. Whatever you heard would have went in one ear and out the motherfucking other in some way, shape, or form. And you would have went on about your day. Everything you pay attention to, like you could be with your significant other or your friends or whatever. And let's say y'all all take a trip to the mall, right? Soon as y'all walk in, all y'all automatically gonna be aware of different shit. Right? You walk in, first thing you aware of is Foot Locker. This person walk in, first thing they're aware of is the statue in the middle. This person walk in, first thing they're aware of is motherfucking JC Penney. This person, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all of y'all, we all in our own space, period, as spirits. But we all create shapes and forms for us all to relate our individuality in, aka teamwork makes the dream work. That's this world. Now, when you start to be aware of something, all of that is for a reason. So all of y'all dealing with different spirits and different demons and different entities and different deities and different angelic energies. So for the most part, I know this may not seem serious, but I'm trying to break it down to the best way you can understand what I'm talking about goes on 24/7 in your life. So automatically, if the person who paid attention to Foot Locker first, you already know what entities they dealing with, what deities they dealing with at that instant, at that second, to point them to that, because you ain't pointing to that. And let's say you might be religious or you just got rose-colored glasses on, so you might be a judgmental spirit. You walk in with them, and the first thing you aware of is what everybody else aware of. You on a one-way ticket to hell faster than them doing that, because not only is you not worried about yourself, and then they lost. Not only is you worrying about with these other things that make yourself feel comfortable, is trying to make you point to. So it's some shit that you're paying attention to. You're trying to take your own faces and face other people's faces while their faces ain't paying attention to you. It's paying attention to whatever that they're going through. So you become a person that's in layers of hell. See, and the religious spirits sometimes take a person into this, because we all kind of got this energy a little bit. We all kind of got our brain built a little bit. We all dealing with generational curses and that Masonic Jewish energy to a certain degree. So we all slide in that space every now and then where we take our characters, and a lot of times we ain't even deal with our own faces. Our own faces be demonic and shit like that, and spirits be whispering and shit like that, telling us, yeah, this person, this, that, and the third. And we just be listening. And then we'd go ahead and jump into that face and then face other people's faces who ain't even facing us, and then that takes us into the judgmental energy. So then you got the one person pay attention to Foot Locker, one person pay attention to the thing in the middle, the statue in the middle, one person pay attention to JC Penney, one person pay attention to the bubblegum machine, one person pay attention to getting some food. Then you got the other person paying attention to what everybody else paying attention to. So they sit around developing thoughts on what they think. This person paying attention to Foot Locker, this person paying attention to that. Oh, I don't know if I like Foot Locker. I don't know if I like the bubblegum machine. This person paying attention to that. And before you know it, the whole day went. You didn't enjoy the experience. Your whole experience went towards the demonic world. You jumped into a spaceship and flew into like a dark demonic world, and that's where you was enjoying your day. But third dimensionally speaking, you wasn't really enjoying the day. You was just busy. And the shit you was busy, you really was wasting time. So it play out as you could have really been open and enjoyed the day and shit like that, and been open to all shit, but your whole day went towards flying inside two lives. You was in one life to live. Your spirit one was in two different versions. You was supposed to be here, but you took a spaceship in that mind and went way down here to try to analyze everybody else's spaceship, and that's how you enjoyed your day. How much you can analyze what everybody else is doing. And then that played out in the third dimension as nervousness, worrying, throat chakra calcification, and clutteredness, not being able to express yourself freely, and you not doing what you wanted to do at the mall, but you was around what everybody else wanted to do. So you went into Foot Locker when that person wanted to go to Foot Locker. You went to the bubblegum machine when that friend wanted to go to the bubblegum machine. You went to JC Penney when that person wanted to go to JC Penney, and everybody did with you. And then it wasn't until you went home by yourself and looked in the mirror, it was like, damn, I wanted to go to that store, but I'll do it next time. No, you done rocked your fucking self to sleep. Ain't no next time, bitch. Ah! And then next time, and if it is, it ain't gonna be enjoyable. And you might develop some energies really, and you're supposed to blame yourself, but you might develop some energies where you get negative to your friends that they ain't even know you negative about. You pick a day that nobody else want to go but you and some shit like that, and here you go catching internal attitudes. Nobody want to go to the stores when I want to go to the stores. Nobody. You manifested yourself to be in that situation. Because here's the thing, you could have been free the time it was supposed to be free. But you were scared, so you built this internal energy, and now you're trying to like mirror it out to others at a day that nobody want to go to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nobody want to go to the stores when I want to go to the stores. No, you didn't want to go to the store when you wanted to go to the store. So you manifested a situation where you experiencing that externally. You picked the time yourself. It ain't no just the world happening to you. No. You picked it yourself for the day to play out. That's going to be the perfect time for people to say, nah, I don't want to go to the mall today. Nah, I don't really like that store. Nah, and here you go. Oh, nobody never want to go to the store when I want to go to it. No, you manifested that yourself from the very stage, that very early point when y'all all went to the mall, and you calcified your own self. You calcified your own self. You calcified your own throat chakra. You the one sat back and wasted that whole day trying to analyze everybody else instead of just enjoying your fucking self. Then when I start to play out third dimension, here you go self-reflected. And you think you spiritual. Pardon me. Oh no, I need real friends. Let me get on the internet. Let me watch Archangel Uriel. No, Archangel Uriel gonna tell you, gonna hold that mirror up, that 180-degree angle, that Libra, Scorpio, Sag, that motherfucker Antares, that motherfucker put to death to whatever flunked out, lost thought form that you gave birth to, and show your ass in the magic mirror. It's you. You did that. You did that. So don't throw all that unnecessary shit on that friend if you actually care about them and you don't want it to manifest into a burning bridge type situation to the point that y'all ain't as close as y'all used to be. It's you creating this scenario. Okay? You the one. You just gotta find those early stages and point to that. Know that, okay, yeah, that's the energy of the percentage level I placed in the situation. All right, yeah, my bad. I created this circumstance. So let me smile in this day I'm going through right now that nobody wanted to come to the mall with me. I need to experience that because I need to get back on the right frequency, vibrational time path. Therefore, next time or when the right situation come about, I'm going to be my true self and I'm not going to be calcifying any of myself. Any of myself that I'm too busy trying to use these things for things that ain't made for and waste my whole day. And then at the end of the day, now I got to say shit like, yeah, I should have did that. Or next time I'm going to do that. Or I would have went in there, but this, that, and all them damn excuses. That's real spiritual shit right there. You got to keep your spiritual game. And know when you are participating in shit. Because a lot of times, this will help you answer the questions while you got some monkey-ass motherfuckers you can't get rid of in your life. Or it's harder to get rid of. And it's like you got to do like slight, small percentage level manipulation tactics where you don't want to go fully extreme because you know it'll hurt this person's feelings. And that's actually making matters worse because you, on a subconscious level, your spiritual pilot senses be tingling. You kind of already subconsciously know how much energy you put in there. And you know, like, damn, I just can't go snatch all that energy and run away and leave this person in that kind of state. That's wrong of me. I know what I did. I know what I made this person think. So let me go ahead and fight the good fight and get through it. That's being a real spirit. Sometimes y'all make mistakes and manifest people in your lives, and then once you manifest that person, place, or circumstance or situation, you start to realize, oh no, this ain't me. You jump right on out. And nah, what you put in is what you get out. You can't put in a percentage level and then jump out before you extract. The same percentage level you put in is the same amount you got to put out. Same time, same hour. Or you're going to have blood on your hands and it's going to chase you around like a ghost. AKA you got shapes and forms you created out here that you ain't trying to take responsibility for. There's going to be all kind of spirits jumping into that. Like, where you going? Where are you going? You're going to be thinking you in a new space, spiritually speaking. You're going to be thinking you in a new space in your life. And here come everything from your past. Keep popping up. You're like, damn, leave me alone. Can I get my new life? Can I get my new relationship? And boom, that's when you know you got unfinished business that you wasn't taking care of. Stop running. Stop. Slow your ass down. Take care and kill those first sons and daughters so you can be free into your next astral travel. Otherwise, don't jump into nothing new because you ain't going to do nothing but fuck these people up. Thank you so much for the donation. Haley Hall, you said Saturn and Venus